dance in the summer. Watch us shiver before we burst into flames. No, the guys won't choose just the same. In the deep of the night, we are dead and dust. Time asks questions in which we have to trust.
Live from the podcast rooms in Glasgow, it's all about the Gers with Ricki Neill, Derek Ferguson and Charlie Miller.
Hello and welcome to All About the Gers podcast. It's myself, Ricki Neill, joined by Charlie Miller, and we've also got a special guest tonight, Damien Hendry. I just want to say a big thank you to all our sponsors. We've got SSAFA, the Armed Forces Charity, Park Construction and Plant Hire, Plugged In Business Solutions and DB Dental Care. Anyway, how are you doing, guys?
Oh, good. Ricky boy, it's been a long time.
It's been a very long time.
What was that? I think it was a European game, was it not, just before the Benfica game?
Is it as long as that? Saying that, we had the Dundee game that was cancelled and then we had the international break, so then we had Easter Monday.
Aye, Easter Monday.
But how you mean, Charlie, anyway, all right?
Aye, good. Just at camp a day, so it's been a long day. Good wee turn out with the kids. So it's been good down at Tory Glen and enjoyable, but long day.
Aye. And Damien, good to have you back on. The last time I was with you was you got a very last minute call from me asking if you would sing before the Graham Souness and Philip Clement and Jack Butland night. How was that?
That was brilliant. Aye, thanks again for the call up. Aye, mad, absolutely mad, but I loved it.
What was it like singing in front of 2,500 fans?
Scary.
I'm sure I could have done that if I get invited to go and stay a singer.
I know.
Do you know what? It's one of those ones. It's the anticipation that's the worst bit. So see the nerves beforehand, but see once you go out and start, it's magic. It's brilliant.
And can you remember what Souness said to you?
Yes. Because I said no pressure or something like that. When I said that I was going on first, they went, no, lots of pressure. We're going to be brilliant, so you'll need to be good and all. I've just met one of my idols and he's bamming me up.
Oh, no. He's actually a really nice guy.
No, he was brilliant. He was really good.
But what response Philippe Clement got? The minute he walked on that stage, you should have heard the fans. It was unreal. I
can imagine. Because obviously Ian McLeod got me the 2 tickets for our competition, and the two... It was one of the parents' boys went, and a boy and his pal, and they loved it. They said it was an amazing night. They get a well looked after. They're in the VIP bit as well, getting photos with all the guys, Clement, Souness, and Big Butland, and they got a signed strip as well for the night. So that was an amazing experience for them. And I'd like to say a big thanks to Ian McLeod and for giving us the tickets, because the boys loved it.
No, it was a great night. Just before we go on and talk about football, I just wanted to say I actually watched the Old Firm game in Hat-Tricks in Cumbernauld on Sunday, and I met loads of the guys from the Gary Clark Loyal. Gary Clark actually, he passed away when he was only 19 with cancer, and the guys actually formed a supporters club after him. And what they do every year, they have like a charity day, but what they try to do is they try to raise at least £14,000 a year, because that's how much it costs Strathclyde Hospice to look after a patient.
Yeah.
So that's what they try to do every year. But so they're actually having a wee charity night day, in fact, on the 1st of June, and it's going to be like Bouncy Castles, face painting.
You'll love that.
Charity football.
Right up your street, Bouncy Castle and all that.
Maybe get you doing, Charlie.
Bouncing in my belly.
Go down for a wee baby. Yeah. What do you think? But so it's amazing guys, had a good time down at Hat-Tricks. So I'll give them a shout out, because that's 1st of June.
100%.
Quite a long day.
A good charity, definitely. And Ricky's going to go as Shrek by the face painting.
Oh, Charlie, you've missed me, haven't you?
I have missed you, pal. It's good to see you again.
We're saving on this up, haven't you?
Definitely.
I know. Somebody actually, one of my mates, Greg, when I was in the Hat-Tricks on Sunday, my mate Chris said, "Have you lost weight?" I said, "A wee bit." And Greg says, "Fuck, you look like a fucking lollipop now."
He's got a point. I wouldn't say that much lollipop.
Maybe one of the chubby lollipops. But anyway, can we talk about
Greg,
that one?
You're right. Good to be back, Ricky. Good to be back, guys. Hope everybody's going to enjoy themselves.
Thanks for having me, lads.
I know we're getting dogs abuse online asking where we've been and what kind of holidays we have, and but no, it's good to be back. And we're actually going to be back every Tuesday night. I don't know if it's going to be 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock. We'll see what happens after we get Fergie back. Fergie's went AWOL, so when he's back, we'll see if we're going to be 6 or 7. But it's going to be every Tuesday night, which suits us.
Because I'm coaching them Monday night, and it's a nightmare for me to get here after training all the time. So
wonder if your wee autograph guy still comes on a Monday night. Wonders where you are.
I wonder how much he's making. He must make at least £2 a photo.
I know.
I have to start charging him.
Down the bars. Right, anyway.
Don't make it down the bars.
I was down there last week, by the way, for the first time in years.
I think you get your jumper for there.
I quite like this jumper. I know. Right, we're going to talk football now. So, Charlie, were you surprised with the team choice on Sunday?
I really was. I was shocked, and I think everybody was kind of taken aback with it. Obviously, Yilmaz wasn't playing, and the way Barisic has been playing lately, I understood why he didn't play Yilmaz, didn't play Barisic. But I still think we needed somebody left-footed on the left-hand side of the pitch, so I'd have just played Barisic. I know he's supposedly signed a pre-contract agreement with, Trabzonspor, but I wanted Sterling to be in the midfield area where he's so strong, he's powerful. Excuse me. And I thought Scott Wright was a strange one to start, although Clement seems to like him. But it doesn't seem to play very well when he starts the games, unfortunately. And it was just a horrific first half. It was just, obviously, for Tav's stage, just passing it back to Butland. And I'm Tav's biggest defender on this show. And I was very disappointed he didn't use a goalkeeper. It looks as if it was maybe a panic clearance that obviously the two of them didn't speak to each other. One, I think Tav was hoping Butland would come and get it. Then obviously the wind held it up, as you've seen that. So it was just a terrible mistake. It let them settle into the game right away, which the fans were all up for the game. And then it kind of just went a big bit pear-shaped for 45 minutes. And we could have been down 3 or 4-0 easily. Although Silver could have scored his win back, and maybe Golson's with his header just before half time. Silver's and then Golson header earlier on in the game. But it was as poor as I've seen since Clement's been in.
You know, Damien, I was saying to Charlie, even for kick-off, I just think, see where we kicked off, we were passing it right back to defence. And we always know that Brendan Rodgers does a high press, so why are we giving him that? You know, like I also said to Charlie, do you remember when Celtic done it? I think it was Scott Brown, and punted it right up into the corner, right for kick-off, and then they scored for it. You know, why are we doing this?
It was very tentative, wasn't it? And just touching on the Barisic thing, we were all saying in the club, I was watching the Crookie Rangers, my local, we were all saying, what does it say about Barisic, where you've got a right-footed player starting ahead of him? Apparently he was ill during the week or something like that. But then why is he on the bench? There's question marks over that, you know, but very tentative, like you said, Ricki, in terms of the start, passing it back, kind of painting ourselves into a corner a wee bit. Wasn't the best ball out for Sterling, obviously, which led to obviously turning over the possession, goes back to Hart, Dessers presses, and it's essentially just a punted clearance. Probably helped on a bit by the wind and what have you, but when you see the head start Tavernier's got on Maida, yes, he's fast, but the head start he's got, and also the time Butland's got to potentially shout for it and come out, or if not, shout for to have it back. You feel like it's just something that, although there was a bit of flukishness involved in it,
big bit of
it feels like it's something that shouldn't have happened. You can maybe see Tav's logic of thinking, just do the default and just clear it out for a throw in. If all else fails, just clear it, get it out. And it's obviously hit off his shin and then rattling into the net.
See about 5 minutes later, you see Maida's normal kind of shot. It was like sky high.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I thought they were actually kidding us on and just going to start the game again. I'm like, that can't be the start to the game, surely. I just taken everybody aback, and the fans went for being joyous and getting right behind the players to when the next player made a wee mistake. And as I said, Ricki, you're only as good as your last pass at Ibrox. The fans are quick; they can be quick to go on your back. But obviously, they can support.
How does that affect you as a player, Charlie?
Well, I never really noticed it when I played, because we actually won quite a lot, and we seem to be able to handle the pressure when we played in these kind of games. It just feels as if the players at the moment, they seem to struggle playing against Celtic at Ibrox. I think going to Parkhead, it'll probably suit the boys better, suit the players better, because they've no pressure on them for the Rangers fans. There's no pressure, because everybody's going to expect Celtic to go and beat us, and I think we'll actually play better. I really think we'll do well there, because Celtic are going to have to open up. Hopefully we can get the game on tomorrow night, we can get a result against Dundee, then beat Ross County. We get into that game, it'll probably be the first or second game in a split, because there's no chance we'll have it the last game of the season, and hopefully we can have it Hopefully we can have a 2-point cushion and we can go and do well at Parkhead. I believe we can. It was just such a disappointing. It was just such a disappointing first half, and Fabio Silva, who I like, actually really irritated the life out of me on Sunday. Just see that line down in the pitch, because Rangers need the momentum. We were behind. We slowing the game down, getting the ball kicked out or whatever. It was driving me insane because we had to try and the players had to try and get up and try and get closer to aim and try and push forward, and it was just stop, start. The early goal suited them. They could slow it down. Every time you seen them take a throw in, they were walking to get the ball. The free kicks, they were taking their time with the free kicks. So we needed a bit of momentum, and every time Silva went down, it was kind of helping them. It was helping them, and I think I really do think he's a very good football player, but we need that out of his game very, very quickly. Do
you think somebody will say something to him about that?
You've seen Lundstrom having a go at him.
Aye.
You've seen Lundstrom telling him to get up. But for me, Lundstrom and Stirling were two standouts. I think Lundstrom, he always wants the ball, and people have a go at him because he gives the ball away here and there, whatever. But he always wants on the ball. He always wants to drive us forward, and I really like the way he gets about the game. He's going to give you some dodgy passes. The conditions weren't great. We get that, but as I said, it helped him settle down with that goal after 20 seconds, and it was back to the wall for us to try and get back in the game.
Aye, I've just seen on Rangers Twitter that they're saying supporters are advised that there's going to be an 11 a.m. pitch inspection for Dens Park tomorrow. So the game might actually be off. Damien, what do you think about that?
It's at what point do you have to do something about it rather than just keep postponing it? Obviously, I listened to their chairman, is it John Nelms or something like that? Talking about it earlier on in the media, and he was saying how they're confident that they can get it on. They've done everything they can in terms of covering the affected areas and that. But he also said that we're all right for the 16th and 17th. There's nothing else on if we want to postpone it again. But at what stage do you need to put your foot down and say, no, you can't keep postponing it? Do you know what I mean? Because although the split, because his logic behind that was although the split's imminent, Dundee don't have their first game until after it starts, so they could potentially be like postponing it again. But I don't know. I don't know what to think about that. Just want it played and the points in the bag.
I think he's obviously looking at maybe going next Wednesday. Would it be probably?
Aye.
Well, I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And also,
probably be another time you can get it in before the split, I think.
Aye. I know. See something about Sunday as well. I thought Celtic is the most aggressive I've seen them against us, and that's what someone's saying here is like a team lacks aggression and dig. I think we've normally got it, but I think on Sunday, in the first half, we were getting bullied off the ball, weren't we, Charlie? It was like...
I thought we did, but as I said, the goal helped them. It settled them right down. They could play, they could take their time, they didn't have to open up anymore, because if we score first, it's a totally different game. They have to open up, they have to try and get the game back. I guess I like Diamandi. I think he's going to be a very good player for us. I thought the wee man, the game passed him by a little bit. I like Lawrence. I thought Lawrence didn't play his best game. I would have definitely started Cantwell. And see, to be honest with you, why don't we play our best players? I know Cantwell doesn't like playing right, and maybe Lawrence doesn't want to play right, but they've got to be a better option than Scott Wright, I think.
I think they were saying Cantwell was injured, but I would rather have started him and see how long we could have got.
I think Cantwell's better when he starts. I don't think he's one of the impact players. But it was a strange selection, and I would and Dessers works his heart out, and he gives it all. But I'd probably start to see him through the middle.
Do you know, seeing Sunday as well, it's the first ever time I've seen Butland a wee bit nervy, and it was like the first 10-15 minutes, but I wasn't sure if it's because the England manager. Do you think that would play in your mind?
Well, that's what I was thinking. Is it the pressure of knowing that Southgate's sitting in the stands? But then again, he's a professional. He's not really let any level of pressure so far get to him. Right. So it's a bit surprising.
It's just that's the first time I've seen it. You know,
I don't know if is it just difficult in general to judge a game plan after that freakish start? Does that just throw everything out the window? I think that's probably what the main thing is. And like you say about Diamandi, I thought he did really well in terms of winning the ball back and holding up the ball. His distribution from that point wasn't great and gave the ball away a good few times. But then I feel like in the first half, there wasn't many people showing for it either, going forward. So kind of locked in midfield a wee bit, trying to find an out ball and not really having anywhere to go with it. Their pressing was really good. We looked a bit shell-shocked and a bit tentative again. And it was difficult to kind of get out from that. Second half, a bit of a different animal. But I just think that goal throws everything out the window. But I still don't think we were aggressive enough, or I don't think we were positive enough for the start.
I agree with you. I don't think we were aggressive enough as in my press, because the second half, you've seen three of the boys just stayed up front and just stayed at the edge of their box. I don't understand why we don't do that for the start of the game or every game, because there's no use letting Dessler stand up front yourself, go towards a guy, the guy passes it in the heart, or passes it to Vickers, and then your midfield was 40 yards behind. I felt sorry for Dessler at the time, because he's going to do the first bit of press, and then he turned around and he's like, where is everybody? I think the players didn't know whether to come or go either, you know.
What do you think about the Dessler's goal that we chopped off? Because there's some confusion about the VAR decision on where the play starts from and everything.
Well, they're saying that I think if Celtic got in control of the ball and then passed it out to the right, and then, for instance, we got the ball back, then it would have counted. I think that it's VAR's refereeing the game for a free kick in the middle of the park. Was it a free kick? I thought it was soft.
It says it needs to be a clear and obvious free kick as well, which...
Yeah. I thought it was soft. But as you see, Beaton's he's letting VAR ref a game. Referees now are kind of just letting VAR kind of take control. They're not
kind of using it as a cop-out of
Yes,
having to make the
yes.
decision in the moment.
I think so.
I'll be honest, see, when I saw it at the time, I thought, see if we score for this,
It's
they're
a
going to
VAR,
pull it. They're going to pull it back.
My first thing I said.
So I did think it was a foul in the moment. Then when you look at it 5, 6, 7, 8 times again, slow motion, all that. But that's where you come down to re-refereeing it, like you say, because you don't get that in the moment. I did think it was a free kick, and I thought, see if we score here, they're going to look at this and they're going to chop it off. Sure enough, we scored. Whole place is going mental, myself included, for that chance that we might get overlooked. But when they brought the VAR check in, I was sitting there shaking my head going, I knew it.
But then Beaton points as if he's pointing to the spot.
Oh, I know.
And then we've got the penalty, and I was asking you guys, I don't know if somebody in the online chat can tell us, but why did the Celtic player not get a second yellow card when we get the penalty?
Well, I think it was just because he didn't book Goldson for the penalty in the first half. I don't know. I'm just assuming that's what it probably was, because he didn't book Goldson for the penalty. I'm just thinking he's probably done the same thoughts. But during the game, I didn't know if it was a penalty, because I was a wee bit annoyed with Silva at the point, because he was going down for nothing, and you have to be stronger, you know, in these games. You kind of let people show they're more aggressive in you and whatever. But at the game at the time, I couldn't have told you if it was a penalty. Same as Golson's one, because when you're at the game, you can't really see all the angles. Aye. When you're and watching it in the house or wherever you're watching it, then you can. But you're kind of guessing, and I've not really seen it back. But I've heard that Johnson does catch him.
Aye.
He
catches his knee. Aye.
So it's a free kick. Well, if theirs is a free kick for the one we didn't get, then obviously that's a free kick for the penalty.
And another goal for the captain as well. And it's funny as you say, because right at the start, he was getting slated. Everybody hated him again. It's like everybody was saying basically, you know, he's no defender. You know, can we not push him up to midfield or something? No, we can't push out to midfield. We can't, because he needs to see the full side of the pitch to run up and down. It was just a misjudgment for him and Butland. He probably blamed both of them. And the weather played a part. The wind, at the game, you didn't realise how bad the wind was. You couldn't really tell. I didn't notice it, even watching it in telly. I didn't notice how bad it was. But
you've seen some of the boys we put out the second half going down into the corner, and it was just flying out.
Flying, aye, exactly, yeah.
In 86 minutes, a goal for Sima. Good to have him back as well, isn't it, Damien?
Brilliant, yeah. And I actually think it's half time he came on, wasn't it, for right? Yeah. And I actually think he gave us, although maybe just not quite the cutting edge due to lacking match sharpness, he did give us a lot more going forward than what Wright offered us. And not even in that, it's just holding the ball up and just being a bit more physical and winning more of the battles down that side. Obviously, then the finish, it does take a deflection, but even if it doesn't, I still think it's going in, because he absolutely leathers it. It's an absolute perfect shot and a great goal to get us back into it.
Aye, and I couldn't believe Charlie, like me and Charlie both had a bet on 3-2 to Rangers. we thought our money was in there.
I've just said to the boy who was sitting at the table in the Cooper Suite, I said, I've got a chance. Next minute that guy Ida scores, I'm like, oh my word. So that was a bit of a kick in the...
Felt like the first minute all over again, didn't it?
It was horrible, horrible.
Is that just lack of concentration of it?
Obviously, as we're still celebrating, we're all still celebrating, and the next minute we're like, can we not take centre again?
I was on my way to the bar.
Oh, were you?
I went, oh, for sake, man.
It was
Nightmare.
And then Matondo's goal was
Aye.
a worldie.
Yeah.
Great finish.
Aye, what a goalie.
Oh, aye.
How important do you think that result is to us winning the league?
Well, I think at 2-0, Dundee would have taken a draw there and then because I just couldn't see us scoring the goal. There was nothing apart from Silver's one at the last couple of minutes of the first half and goals conceded. But I just couldn't see any way back. And I thought he'd have went Sterling into midfield, seam up through the middle or something like that, and Barisic on at left back. But he's obviously could have had enough of Barisic. But it was good. The fans got behind the players right from the beginning. We got the penalty, great penalty for Tav again. And he's got some bottle the guy has because he's missed his last couple and there was no bigger pressure point in that because it ends up helping us get the point, which was a good point in the end because I think everybody in the stadium would have taken a point at half time.
I still couldn't get over the first half. You know, I've never seen us play so bad, but when you think about it, if we played that bad, we still got a draw off the Celtic, you know, it just shows you they're no anything special either.
Yeah. Well, as soon as they picked the game up, they picked the pace of the game up, went and stood high up against them and made them kick the ball more. We could win more headers. We had the ball coming back more and it benefited us by playing higher up, by getting more free attackers in line at 18-yard box and then they had to kick the ball.
I seen a tweet from John Walker on Twitter. I'll just run this past you. He's basically said this is like likely fixtures post-split, I think it is. So it's like away to Dundee, away to Ross County, home to Kilmarnock, away to Hearts, away to Celtic, home to St Mirren, away to Dundee. And Celtic have got, this is what he reckons, home to St Mirren, home to Hearts, away to Kilmarnock, home to Rangers, away to St Mirren, and home to Dundee. So we've obviously got the more away games.
If we play Dundee tomorrow night, that'll be us playing them twice.
So maybe that's maybe the first one doesn't count. Maybe he's talking about that game tomorrow. So we're playing Ross County after that as well.
Aye.
That must be what it is. I don't know. But who's
well,
got
maybe
these?
That could be because obviously, it could be Motherwell, it could be Hibs, or it could be Dundee in it.
Aye.
How would it be Dundee away again then? Well, I don't know how it works.
It looks like we've got more away games right enough. Does that matter, Charlie?
No. If we go and play the way we've been playing all season since Clement's come in, we've been taking care of the games very well and they've been good to watch. But I think everybody, I don't know. Well, I'm speaking for myself. I just felt deflated even after the game. I felt because we could have still won the game, get it back to 2 each, and then bang, we lose a goal again. And we were the one with the momentum. And I'm thinking we're going to go and win this game here. Bang, and then it takes a wee bit of magic for Matondo to rescue us a point, and we could probably still stole it at the end. But Desser's a good effort as well.
Aye.
It was because he was under pressure to get the shot off. I was surprised he managed to get the shot off at all, to be honest. But yeah, just I even watched it again earlier on to kind of just to refresh it a wee bit for coming in and talking to you guys. And even though I knew the outcome, I still went like that. Even though I knew the outcome, I still went like that. Oh, as if I was watching it live. No, you knew it didn't go in, but it was that's how close it was.
That was a good effort, and I feel for Dessers because I think he maybe had 2 chances. That was one of them. It was probably a half chance, and the one he scored. But he works his socks off. But is he the answer? I don't know. I think we'll probably still look for a number 9 in the summer. But he does. He works his socks off, and I think he probably gave Carter Vickers his probably hardest game he's had for a long time.
Damien, out of that kind of list of fixtures, what one would kind of worry you? What ones?
Well, see, to be honest, it says home to Kilmarnock. If that is the case, I'll be fairly happy with that because I feel like Kilmarnock away seems to be one we struggle with quite a lot consistently. Certainly over the past few years. Obviously, away to Celtic, could be if we played similar to how we played, can we really have a worse start than we had at home the other day? So you say anything as an improvement on that away to them. So is that much a worry? I don't know.
No, but yourself, Charlie?
Well, I was thinking we would actually, if Dundee get into the league, I was thinking we'd be away to St Mirren and at home to Dundee.
Right.
That's the way I was thinking because we've played Dundee twice up there when we play this other game. We've only played St Mirren once at their place, haven't we? I think we beat them 1-0 and it was a horrible game because that's a dodgy game, doing it St Mirren. Blustery day, the pitch no great. And St Mirren are right in your faces, make it difficult for you. I'm just glad, as Damien says, we don't want to be going to Kilmarnock. No.
Aye.
Dig that pitch up.
Do you think they will eventually?
I think they said they're doing it for next season. I don't know.
That'd be good. Right, Dundee, possibly tomorrow night, Charlie. I think it's still going to be quite a tough game, especially with that pitch, if it's in the nick it's in.
Yeah, it'll be a tough game. If we start the game properly and we take it at them and we go and play the way we've been playing, apart from the first half on Sunday, then it will take care of itself. We'll win the game convincingly. But obviously the pitch isn't in the best shape at the moment, so it's a bit like me and you, Ricky. No great shape.
Aye.
No, but I'm sure if we go and apply ourselves properly, start the game properly, and Clement plays a proper team this time, I'm sure we can get a good result.
There's Barry Kerr saying we've played St Mirren away twice. Dundee are due 3 home games in the top split. We've had 17. That's why we go back to Dundee in the split if it's them.
Oh, is it? Well, because we don't want to play bloody Kilmarnock in 3 times away.
No.
Because Celtic have to go to Kilmarnock because they've only had them once down there, haven't they?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
And once in the cup.
So that could be a wee obstacle for them then, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
So do we actually hope Dundee don't get up then? Because if Motherwell, I think no matter what, we'll play Motherwell, Hibs or Dundee away.
You're probably right, I think, yeah. Even Hibs away, it used to be a bit of a sticky one, but I quite fancy us against Hibs. But
well against
it's
Hibs,
Kilmarnock seems to be the kind of thorn in their side recently, even for both the Old Firm teams.
Yeah, they make it difficult for the great season under Derek. And we can be damned if we can do to that. I'd rather play in a totty field than playing that Kilmarnock pitch.
Aye.
Aye.
Lego pitch.
Not bad, eh?
Well, they make it difficult for you. They don't come out, they don't open up, and they get a wee chance and they take it, and then it's a right uphill battle. So I think I'd rather play in a bog than play at the Astro. I don't like the Astro.
So what kind of team do you think he's going to line up with tomorrow night, Damien?
I think he'll probably start some of the ones that didn't start on Sunday, i.e. some of the ones that came on. He might go with Matondo for the start, might even go with Seema from the start. Dill, I think, might start.
I'm surprised he got a start. I've not seen him for a while.
I came on, aye.
Aye.
Yeah,
I think
sorry.
Sterling starts in the middle of the park.
Yeah. I think he'll go.
Starts in the middle, gets round about the pitch and gets close to people.
Yeah, apparently Redvan's still no fit for tomorrow, certainly, at least. So whether he does give Barisic a start, and like you say, put Sterling in the middle, but further forward. I think Dill will, if not start, will feature. He did the press conference earlier on today. That's usually indicative of somebody that's going to play a part in the, somebody's going to start or somebody that's going to feature heavily. So I think probably the ones that came on Sunday will be the ones that will start tomorrow, if that makes sense.
Yep. Well, why do you think Ben Davies could play left back now? Ben Davies could play
Maybe could, aye. I didn't actually mind Ben Davies. I thought he was all right.
He's a decent player. He definitely is. It's just obviously that he wants to play centre back. But if Barisic is definitely away with Davies, has still got another 2 years on his contract, so may as well try and get some good use of him because he's technically very good, as we know.
There's my wee friend Jamesy Loyal. He's saying we'll be at home to Kelly and St Mirren. The rest will be away. That's what he reckons. He goes to every single game, home and away, so he does. Some wee man. Right, Charlie, predictions for tomorrow then?
I'll go 3-1.
3-1, Damien?
Difficult. 4-2, I'll say.
Aye. I think I'll go 4-0 then. 4-0.
Slightly more optimistic.
Aye, I know. 4-0. But that's us at the end of the show already. That's a wee quick one tonight. But we will be back next Tuesday. But before I go, in fact, Damien, have you got any more gigs coming up or anything?
That's a very good question. I'm going over to Belfast at the end of June.
All right.
They're doing a sort of charity cycle thing for Coleraine to Sandy Row for the, I think it says Emily Smiley Foundation.
Aye, that's big Andy Smiley's
so they've got a thing on Facebook if anybody's interested in checking it out, and a Just Giving page and stuff like that. So they're doing the cycle for Coleraine to Sandy Row, and then they're having like a big kind of closing ceremony thing outside the supporters club there. So I'll be over there singing at that. to sort of mark the end of the cycle, and then we'll have a big party after that. So that's my next one.
When's the end of the cycle?
To that.
When's the end of the cycle? Is it the 12th?
I think it's the 29th of June or something like that. But if I remember rightly, but it'll be a good few days over there anyway for myself. And the missus is going to come with me as well.
Oh, good. Oh, I don't know if that is good right enough. What about yourself, Charlie? You got any gigs coming up?
I've got one with Durante and Derek coming up soon. I've got one, the 347 in Rutherglen. And then I'm at Shettleston with Derek. So me and Durante are in the 347 club in Rutherglen. And then I'm in Shettleston with Derek.
Good.
20th of April with Durante, 26th of April with Derek.
Excellent. All right. Well, once again, thank you everybody for watching. We'll be back next Tuesday. I don't know if it'll be 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, but I just want to say a big thank you to Damien for coming on and Charlie. Thank you to all our sponsors, the SSAFA, that's Alan Forsyth's charity, Park Construction and Plant Hire, Plugged In Business Solutions, and DB Dental Care. And we'll see you all again next week. Take care.
Cheers, guys. All the best.